Greetings, everybody. It's the Crypto Crow Show. I say something different every time. Hey, check this out. Crow your coins. I don't know if you can see that very clearly or not, but yeah, I got some shirts. I got one for me, and I got one for my stepson so he can wear it to school and show off the Crow your coins. Hopefully, if I get any of you knuckleheads out there telling me my audio is still screwed up, I might show up at your door. So I actually watched a bunch of videos tonight on how to adjust my audio, set up my microphone. I even put my microphone on its own stand, and I switched from stereo to Cordio. I don't know what the hell it is. Cardio. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm checking this out. I'm going to see if it works. I have this big chrome Johnson in my face the whole time I'm talking. So there it is. I mean, it's right there by my mouth. So hopefully that sounds clearly. I tested it a little bit, and I thought it sounded pretty good. So hopefully, the problem is with the peaks and everything. My voice is so deep, and it's funny because my wife apparently had to get used to me in restaurants because even a whisper and the entire restaurant can hear me. So it is what it is, but hopefully this sounds good. So there's something that I wanted to kind of go over. I prepared this beautiful, painstakingly designed image that I'm about to show you guys. Bam. Look at that. Isn't that a masterful job? So basically, I just wanted to kind of go over Cardano versus Stellar Lumens a little bit. I'm not going to get into a whole hell of a lot, but just kind of a little touch on what's going on here. So, because I keep getting asked all the time, what do you think is better, Cardano or Stellar Lumens? And my vote's Cardano, always has been. Always has been. I think Cardano is just, and I don't even believe like this wallet investor thing. I'm going to talk about that. But, right now the price of Cardano is 64 cents, and you're looking at Stellar Lumens at 61 cents. The market cap right now with Cardano is 16 billion. Stellar Lumens is only 10 billion. The total supply of Cardano is only 31 billion by comparison of 103 billion with Stellar Lumens. So Cardano's already kicking the shit out of Stellar Lumens as far as that's concerned alone. Now here's the funny thing. Cardano's trade volume right now is 343 million over the last 24 hours, where Stellar Lumens is only 197 million. Now get this, if you look at exchange pairs, I went to CoinMarketCap and I was looking at the exchanges. How many exchanges and how many pairs are available for each coin? Cardano only has 15. So you're talking a $343 million trade volume with only 15 exchanges / pairs. Basically, one exchange might have a couple different pairs, but the total number of pairs throughout all the exchanges is only 15. Stellar Lumens has 51. So there's a hell of a lot more opportunity and options to get your hands on Stellar Lumens if you wanted it. But apparently not as many people do. And as we know, trade volume dictates price, right? Against, obviously, market cap and supply and circulating supply and all that. Cardano is actually a proof of work. It's proof of stake. I screwed up on my own damn graph, my own chart. Have we figured out yet that I haven't been able to do one of these right yet? So yeah, instead of percentages and X's, I just screwed up proof of work and proof of stake. So anyway, yeah, that's supposed to be proof of stake, folks. I get it. Sorry. And Stellar Lumens is neither. It runs off of some Byzantine protocol. So, and then I was doing a little bit more digging, and I found myself lost reading on Cardano's website because one thing leads to another. And so there's just so much there. And I was going through the roadmap, looking in more detail as to where where they are in development, what's going on, what's coming down the pipe. And it looks like this Ouroboros, basically the proof of stake system is supposed to launch. From what I've gathered, it's looking like March. If that happens, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a significant increase in Cardano's growth from there. Now, Wallet Investor, it's actually a pretty slick little website that I found. Wallet Investor, these are the future projections for Cardano and Stellar Lumens. It's basically saying it sees Cardano being worth about $4 in a year's time. So going up from now to about $4 in a year. And Stellar Lumens is only expected to be worth about 78 cents in the same time frame, which I think that sounds pretty low, to be honest, but I think they're both extremely low. They're looking at a 5-year plan. There's my Crypto Crow yawn again. Sorry. It's getting late. It's like 10:30, and it's been a long day. It's been a long Sunday. But they're trying to say $17, about $17.50 in 5 years, which to me, that's ridiculous. I mean, I could see this happening. I don't know. Realistically, I would say within the first half of the year. But, we'll see. It really, here's the thing. And then in Stellar Lumens, it's like $1.50, like big deal. So I think pretty much, and the whole point of me even doing this is just to kind of show it doesn't really matter what you size Cardano up against. If you look at past growth, current growth, market cap, all that stuff. I mean, if you put all this stuff together, ultimately you're looking at Cardano being a huge gainer over the next couple years. Now, the thing of it is, hold on, I want to pull up my browser here. Why is my mouse running slow? Okay. The thing of it is, Cardano, just like any other coin, I mean, these coins are all pretty much, the price value of each of these coins is dictated based off of the current, the total market cap, right? Where's the money going? And what the hell is going on with Bitcoin, man? I mean, it was going up. It hit almost 12 grand. And then it came back down. It's at 11.5 right now. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Where are we here? Take that. There it is. Yeah, like Bitcoin's at 11.5. But, I mean, if you look at the market cap, it's at 580. So the total market cap hasn't really gone down with with Bitcoin and Ethereum going down. So that I found interesting. And so Cardano, however, I mean, it's still at 64 cents. And it's been kind of hanging tight. Stellar's at 61 cents. But, here's the thing. I feel like that so many people have been getting kind of scared away. I think it's starting to come back. I can gauge kind of what's happening in the market, honestly, based off of my subscriber growth, my profit trailer, and profit feeder sales. When the market was down and everything was kind of down, and my Udemy course, when the market was kind of down, it's hold on, I'm going to see something here. When the market was down, it was definitely, everything slowed down. I mean, everything across the board was slow. All sales were slow. All of the activity on my YouTube channel was slow. And now that things have been coming back, obviously there's some renewed interest. People are starting to peak their ears and say, oh, okay, well, let's see what's going on. Maybe everybody was right that it went down, but it's going to start coming back. But I'm not sure. It's funny because when you think of, and this whole thing tonight is kind of just some mental rambling, just kind of my thoughts on what's going on, what's been happening. But when Bitcoin hit $20,000, everything you read, every article on the internet, everything all over the place was Bitcoin. Everything sounded like a million cheerleaders cheering Bitcoin on, right? Everything was Bitcoin to hit 15,000, Bitcoin to hit 18,000. Anywhere it was always being pushed to hit another $2,000, another $3,000. It was almost like a carrot was being dangled amongst the public, and everybody was buying into the hype. And then it ultimately got Bitcoin to $20,000 a coin, and that's not happening now. Now what we're seeing is almost FUD, like universal FUD, kind of. Well, Bitcoin's too slow, companies aren't using it. This is, it's just not necessarily FUD, but just doubt. There's a lot of doubt that I'm seeing everywhere about Bitcoin. And the way I look at it is the whole idea for Bitcoin now really isn't, no, you have this Lightning Network, but I don't know how much that's going to help things, because from what I gather, it's not nearly as secure, and there's not necessarily issues, but I'll give this guy credit. So there's a guy that I was giving a hard time, a futures guy, beard guy. I said he looked kind of smug, and I actually went back tonight and I watched a new video of his, and I actually thought it was pretty good. I'm like, all right, so maybe you're not just a blowhard troll. I mean, his video was actually very educational, and he talked a lot about. Let me give this guy some credit, because it was a good video. Hold on here. Let me find him. This stuff changes like the weather. There's all kinds of stuff. Where are you? Well, for whatever reason, pops up for me all the time. Now that I want him, he's not here. All right. Oh, here he is. Bitcoin futures expiration FUD stops here and now. That's not actually what I was watching. This is what I was watching earlier. So yeah, I was giving this guy a hard time in a previous video, but this video wasn't too bad. I mean, you can see as far as I got, but I was watching it, and I mean, it was good information, so I appreciate it. Thank you for that. Maybe the guy's not so bad after all. I just, when I was talking about it before, I was in this live chat, and he was just like, everything he was saying was just shitting all over Bitcoin, and I'm just like, man, and he was just getting started, trader of futures, and I'm just like, okay, so this guy bought into the futures market, and now he's just shitting all over the place to try and get, keep prices down so he profits from it. And that bothered me, because that just really rubbed me wrong. But, maybe he was just playing a devil's advocate, I don't know, but this video I found pretty educational. So I actually learned from it. So thank you, trader of futures. Good on you. So real quick here, I'm going to check something. Where is... So, my course... How do I get to my own shit? In this video, obviously, there's not a lot of hype or anything crazy going on. I just kind of wanted to talk here a little bit. Test out my microphone settings and pray that this stuff works. So this is my course, and it's been doing very, very well. At the beginning of the month, I mean, it shot up. A few thousand people had joined this course. I mean, at $10, and all the feedback, all my reviews skyrocketed. All the feedback that I've been getting has been fantastic. I appreciate it. I've been trying to keep up with questions, but there's definitely been a lot of random stuff. Some questions are from different countries, and honestly, I can't understand half of some of what people are saying or asking me. But if you are new to the cryptocurrency space, based off of the feedback I've been getting, my course has been very, very helpful to people. So make sure you check it out. It does help me a lot. We're coming into the end of the month, so this is going to be a record-breaking month by far for me on Udemy. And it's motivation for me to really dive in deep for kind of a more advanced course coming up. I've just been so busy, but I do want to come up with an advanced course. It's more of I would say an intermediate course, and then I'll probably have a third course, an advanced, and that'll be the end of it. But it's the one that I've been working on is actually going to be a lot more involved. This course is more teaches you how to use wallets, teaches you all of the different facets of cryptocurrency, what sort of opportunities are out there, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to sit here and try and infomercial you guys. But I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on that. But yeah, as far as the price action that's going on, I mean, it's really puzzling. I really do not understand at this point what is keeping the price of this down. However, the fact that there aren't as many cheerleaders pumping the value of this up like normal is definitely playing a big role, I think. But everybody kind of understands, I think, for the most part, that Bitcoin really isn't a transactional coin anymore. Like, there's so many better options for exchanging value. But it's like all the traders, and I think that in conjunction with the new tax laws and how that's got a lot of people confused. So you're taking some of the action away from the day traders and the swing traders. And, when these guys are going after, now some of these guys are pulling in really big margin. I mean, they're pulling in 30% in a day, but, the typical expectation of a day trader is to try and pull like 2 to 5% a day in earnings. And, if you get more, fantastic, you had a great day. But because of the way the taxes are now, I think you're taking some of these guys out of the game. And now, granted, you're only paying this tax on the profit that you're making, but now it's almost like you have to get 10% to get the 5 you're originally working towards, because you got to pay half of that in taxes. So it's definitely, it's become kind of a kind of a shitty situation. And I'm not here trying to spread FUD either. I want Bitcoin to do very well. I want Bitcoin to get back up to 20 grand. But it looks lately that Ethereum has been kind of beating Bitcoin in its gains a bit. So we'll see what happens, but ultimately though, Cardano, I want Cardano. I want the proof of stake system to launch so bad, because I'm really pumped about that. And honestly, I'm at a point where I'm actually debating on getting some more. I only have 15,000. And before, when I'm thinking, well, what if it hits $100 in 2018, which I absolutely still think it will. I don't care. Like, a lot of these automated forecastings and projections and all that, there are so many different variables as to what plays into a coin's value rising. And ultimately, it's about volume. So if you take volume into consideration and then you try to figure out, well, what's going to drive that volume? Well, it's going to be milestones hit, roadmap milestones hit. And the big one is, as I understand it, is expected in March. So I'm very curious to see how Cardano rises to the occasion when the Ouroboros comes out and proof of stake goes active and all that stuff, because that's going to be a huge milestone. Because everybody at that point is going to be buying into Cardano. People that don't own it now are going to be buying into it then, because it's proof of stake. So it's almost like you're going to be able to mine it just by holding it, and the more you hold, the more you're going to be rewarded. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm looking forward to it. So look, I'm going to keep this video short tonight. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I've had a really busy day. My Patreon, it just hit 900 people today. I'm probably going to cap it at 1,000, because I like when the fund launches, and I am absolutely expecting it to launch this week, or I am going to give my lawyer's phone number to everybody to tell him to get this stuff finished. I talked to him Thursday, and he promised I have it sitting right in front of me, because I had to make some changes to some of the paperwork or the agreements. And he's like, oh, well, I've got it sitting right in front of me, so I'll have it done tonight, no later than tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is Friday, and I jokingly said, well, so next week? And he's like, no, I got it right in front of me. Well, it's going to be this week. So, and I told him, I said, look, everybody's blowing me up, man. I said, everybody wants to get this thing launched, and I do too, while the market's hot. I said, I want to get in and get this stuff going. I said, so unless you want me to, put your number on my channel and let everybody call you asking what's going on, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to do that. But, I'm definitely very eager, because it's like having all of this stuff going on and kind of just sitting and waiting on my hands is really starting to irritate me. Like, it's starting to drive me nuts, because I feel like every day is gain opportunity being lost for you and me. So I'm definitely going to be not so passive this week in making sure that stuff gets moving right along. But at the same time, and I will say that he's I'm going to be paying him and his staff, because he has administrative staff that I'm going to be using for the onboarding of everybody. And, I just hit 900 people, and I think at 1,000, I think I might just cut it there and get everybody onboarded, get the fund launched, figure out what's the total that the fund is working with the first 1,000 people. This fund's going to be, It's going to be ridiculous. I mean, for me, it's going to be ridiculous. I mean, there are $500 million funds out there, so it's not like a huge deal. But I think that once, and what I'll probably end up doing is a weekly, once the fund officially launches, I'm going to start doing probably like every Friday, I'm going to do a weekly fund kind of evaluation and let everybody know basically these are some of the positions we have and this is our growth so far, and I need to make sure that there aren't any like legal issues with me disclosing kind of what we're doing. I don't think there are. It's still a part of marketing. And then once everything is done and I have that first 1,000 fully vested, I think at that point I'm going to hire a PR firm and really start taking things to the next level once we've established some solid gains. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be exciting. But on that note, I am going to, don't forget, if you go to jasonappleton.com and you click the merchandise link, you can get this shirt. And then there's another one that I just had made. Well, not had made, but I set it up. It's all on Zazzle, so it's not a huge deal. And I think, there have been like 20 or 30 sold, I think, so far. So it's cool. People out there. I told everybody, I was like, when you get a shirt, take pictures wearing your shirt. And then I will, I'm going to put those pictures up on the channel and show everybody. And I want pictures like with landmarks and stuff, like crow your coins and you're next to the Eiffel Tower, or stuff like that. I think that'll be real fun to feature on the show. So anyway, have a good evening, everybody. It's Sunday night. I'm going to get some rest. And I love you all. Thank you very much. And I will see you soon. Crow your coins. And I'm actually going to hit this button this time. I'm not going to let it play. Have a good night.